Take the lug nuts off, use a 21mm socket, and slide the wheel off. Underneath the lower control arm, you want to support with a screw jack or a pull jack. Just take the tension off the shock. There is spring tension from the spring. Just raise it up a little bit. Now take these two nuts off. Use a 13mm socket. And the shock is going to come down a little bit. Take an 18mm socket, take this bolt out. Now just grab the shock and slide the bolt out. Now we're going to transfer over the mount to the new shock. Take this boot off right here, just grab it. Take a 16mm wrench and you want to loosen up this nut, but you're going to have to hold the stud from spinning. So you can either find a wrench that fits, which is a 4mm in this case. Sometimes that's not that easy. You could always use some locking pliers. And take the nut off. Take that nut off. Take the mount out. And grab the insulator. There's a bumper in there. And slide that over. Put this piece on. Now before we install the mount, take these bushings. We have new bushings for it. Slide these out. Slide the new bushings in place. And put the new nut on. Then using a 17mm ratchet wrench, we'll tighten this nut down using the locking pliers to hold the stud. Now use a torque wrench and torque this nut to 22 foot-pounds. Now we can put this cap on. It's a good idea to exercise the shock before you put this all together, but we can do this now. Just compress it and let it extend, and do this 3 times. Reinstall the shock. Just get it lined up. I'm going to put the bolt in down below first. Get that started. And raise the upper mount up a little bit. And get the nut started. If you have to, you can raise up on the lower control arm to make it a little easier. But it is easier to do it this way. You can always try putting the mount up first and then aligning the bolt up, but sometimes the angle of the bolt, it's a little tricky to get that started. And tighten this bolt. And torque this bolt to 66 foot-pounds. Now we can tighten the top ones. And if you can get a torque wrench up there, you can torque those 2 nuts to 20 foot-pounds. Now you can lower the support under the lower control arm. Now put the wheel on, line it up. And make sure the hubcap's on. Get that started. Now I'm going to torque the lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check.